Hey guys, back with another video on You're Not Alone. Please like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me to get on the algorithm. And today I'm going to give you guys some tips and hacks on how to manifest your dream life a whole lot faster. And the first thing I want you guys to do, and you could do this tonight before you go to sleep, is turn on positive affirmations sleep and type in positive affirmations sleep into YouTube and click the one that's like 8 hours and try to fall asleep to that. Now, what that's going to do is while you're sleeping, it's going to reprogram your brain into start thinking you're that person that's it's going to reprogram your brain into thinking you're that person that already has what you're trying to manifest. You got to realize when it comes to manifest, you can't really look at it as like, I want this. You have to look at it like, I already have this. When you start moving as that person that is already like having these items, that's when those things are going to come to you a whole lot faster, because reality is always trying to put you into the reality that matches your vibration. So by following the positive affirmations, what you're doing, you're cultivating more positive thoughts, confident thoughts of more loving. And once you have those thoughts, it's going to be a whole lot easier for you to hop into that reality. It's going to be extremely hard to manifest something when you are in a low vibrational state. So let's talk about low vibration. Let's talk about a low vibrational state. When you are in a low vibrational state, you're having guilt, you're having fear, you're having sadness, you're having all these like intrusive thoughts, and you can still make an effort to try to manifest what you're trying to manifest. But you also got to realize that regardless if you're trying to intentionally manifest or not, we are always manifesting. So if more good things are coming into your life, or if more bad things are coming into your life, you're pretty much manifesting that. So if you're trying to manifest this good thing into your life, but you're only thinking bad thoughts, it's sending the universe like a really bad signal. It's like, okay, he's saying he wants this, but you can't fool the subconscious. So that's why you really have to work on doing the subconscious positive affirmations on YouTube. Someone put me onto that hack a couple months ago, and within 45 days, like my whole reality started changing. I started getting more money. I started getting more like opportunities, more jobs. I just got a new job that pays me like $6 more. So it's a real thing. And the reason I start with this one as well is because it's the easiest thing for you to do. All you have to do is go onto YouTube, type in subconscious positive affirmations, fall asleep to that. And if you guys are consistent with it, I guarantee within 45 days, you're going to see a change within your life. You're going to start to notice that you're a whole lot more confident. You're not doubting yourself. You're not having intrusive thoughts. And pair that off with more high vibrational things, and things will start coming into your life like a whole lot faster. But beware, what's going to happen when you do this, you got to realize that your whole life, if you had a bad childhood, or just in general, like how the Matrix programs us, we have been lied to. We were programmed to believe in a way that's not serving us. So what's going to happen when you start falling to these positive affirmations, you're going to start having nightmares. You're going to start like feeling like weird the next day. That's all part of the process. You guys have to really persevere through that low growing pains, which is probably going to be like to 3 days to probably 7 days. And once you purge out that process, it gets a whole lot better. But because we were taught all these these wrong thoughts throughout our lives, and we're trying to change it, especially if you're like me, you're like in your like late 20s and your mind's already kind of set in your ways, it's going to be hard to reprogram your brain. But it has to happen that way. The purging has to happen that way, because you can't just flip a switch and now you're thinking a whole different way. The nightmares that happens, everyone has different theories for it, but pretty much what's the word for it? The justification on why it happens is pretty much your thoughts is not trying to have it be reprogrammed. Your brain doesn't like change. Your brain wants to keep you in a comfort zone at as much as possible. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, every time you try to do something new and you try to learn it, it just feels super uncomfortable. It just feels painful. And that's because your brain is not trying to go into the unknown. It's trying to keep you in your comfort zone. And I'm here to tell you guys right now, if you guys stay in your comfort zone, you guys are going to be living a very depressing life. You are capable of a whole lot more than you can give yourself credit for. And a lot of people never get to that potential because they can never put in the pain. So when you are having these nightmares, it's pretty much your brain is telling is trying to stop it. It's trying to make you feel super uncomfortable to the point where you don't even want to do it anymore. That's going to be the first defense. The second thing that's probably going to happen is you're going to find it hard to fall asleep to it. I've heard some people say that it's kind of overstimulating hearing it. What I recommend is just keep at it. Probably put the volume down a little bit lower, but eventually you just get used to it. I had the same issue in the beginning. I would try to fall asleep to these affirmations and it just would not work out. I'm like, bro, like I cannot do this. I will take it off and just go to sleep. And then when I finally was able to fall asleep to it, I would wake up in 3 hours and without me even knowing, my body would just move to the screen and then turn it off because subconsciously my brain isn't liking what I'm doing. But over time now, like I turn it on. I listen to it every night before I go to sleep. I turn it on. I fall asleep like nothing and I wake up feeling refreshed. And I just remember one day I woke up and I was just thinking to myself, wow, like I feel amazing. Like I looked at the sun, I looked outside, I had gratitude, and I thought about what I wanted to accomplish. And normally what I do, I'm a huge procrastinator. I would have all these thoughts of what I want to do. But as soon as I go to work and come back home, I'll be like, I'm too tired. Let me turn on video games. Let me turn on Netflix or something like that. Since the positive affirmations, I think about what I want to do. My brain sets it up in a way that I can get it done. So when I come home from work, I don't just plop myself onto the couch or onto bed. I just get to working on my goals. And I remember the person that put me on to the positive affirmations, like falling asleep to it. The thing he told me was, be careful when you do it, because when you do it, you're not going to want to stop working. And I told you guys in previous videos, I have days where I don't want to stop working. But I just read the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins, and she pretty much says that you need to actually have time to rest, because if you don't, you're just going to burn yourself out. And if you have burnout, it's going to be more negative for the long run. Like your creative ideas are going to burn out, all those different things. But that's a good problem to have, because a majority of us have the problem to even get started. So to listen to those positive affirmations and I get switched into a mode of like, I got to force myself to stop working, it sets you guys apart from the masses. Like I'm telling you, so many people have bad childhoods listening to school and listening to all these people giving them limited beliefs. Once you reprogram your brain, you don't have limiting beliefs anymore. You just think that you can do whatever you put your mind to. And that's how manifestation works. We're all put here to live our dream life. But going through the matrix, going to school and all these different things, eventually we lost ourselves along the way and we try to settle for like a 9-to-5, or we try to settle for things that isn't what our higher selves want. You guys got to get back to that childlike wonder of how it felt when you just thought you could do anything, when you had this curiosity about the world and you want to go out there and just conquer it. Don't let the world beat you down. I know it's extremely hard. Like we are in the midst of the matrix. It's so hard to break out of it. But following Steve To's positive affirmations it's really going to help. So another thing I do want to touch upon when it comes to manifestation, I already let you guys know that following Steve to the positive affirmations is going to raise your vibration. And then once you raise your vibration to the frequency of what you're trying to manifest, then it's going to come. But you guys also have to be patient and realize that life is like a video game, in a sense that whoever has the highest vibration is technically winning. So instead of focusing on the logistics of how will I get this thing done, it's so overwhelming, I don't know what to do, this and that. Raise that vibration. It doesn't just have to be positive affirmations. Like actually go do your research on how to raise your vibration. There's so many different ways in doing it. Eating healthy, staying celibate, positive affirmations, singing to your favorite music, hanging out with positive people, just doing things that make you feel good. Stop being around toxic people, toxic situations, things that aren't serving you. If it is not serving you, cut it loose. A lot of you guys need to practice law of detachment and realize that if you don't go with the flow of life, you're going to realize that life it's happening against you instead of happening for you. Now, as I've raised my vibration, I realize that nothing's a coincidence, and I just go with the flow of life and realize that if I stay positive and I keep my vibration high, then the things I want is going to happen for me. And also that's such a liberating feeling as well, because when bad things happen for me, do I get mad about it? Do I get sad about it? No, I'm starting to realize that if you are trying to manifest things, you got to realize that what's happening behind the scenes is happening for your greatest good, to make sure you get what you're trying to manifest. Now, I don't know if that made sense, but I can give you an example. So when I first started hopping on a self-improvement journey and I started trying, like, raising my vibration, what did I tell myself I wanted? I wanted a higher paying job. I wanted like better relationships, and I wanted more money. That was like the top 3 things that I wanted. So what started happening for me? I lost my car in the midst of this. I lost my place I was living at. I lost a bunch of friends. And when you first start doing this, you're going to be thinking to yourself, why am I losing all of these things? Like this is so sad, because I was in a state of trying to hold on to everything I had. But what was actually happening was because I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing. I was raising that vibration. And because I was raising that vibration, my reality was shifting. You can't have that new life while holding on to your old life, if that makes sense. If you are losing things, that means you are on the right path. That means you are growing. And you need to be able to push through, progress, and stay strong. Because the longer you hold on to those things, the harder those manifestations are going to take to come into your life. Because the universe is pretty much like, this is how the universe is looking at you. It's pretty much looking at you in a sense of like, hey, like, I'm trying to give you this, but you're trying to hold on to this. So do you really want it? So that's when like you're in the state of, what's that word called? Purgatory, of like in the middle of, you don't really have your old life or you don't really have your new life yet. But once I start getting in the mindset of like, all right, out with the old, in with the new, that's when things start happening for me way better. I got a better car. I got a better job. I got better relationships where people are riding for me, supporting me. But I do understand that getting into that mindset and letting go of things is going to be hard, but just know you're not alone. Bam, title of the channel. But it is going to be hard. You are going to be sad. You are going to be confused, but just hang on. Know there's like-minded people out there, and people will know what you're going through. But this raising your vibration thing, you got to realize it's ultimately for your higher self. And you have to learn how to put yourself first a lot. Like, I see a bunch of manifestation videos, how they talk about you have to be the villain. And in a sense, you have to. If you are so used to being a people pleaser and living for other people, it's no wonder you're not having your dream life. You're helping someone else to manifest their dream life. You get me? You have to treat yourself like you treat your so-called friends. You have to be able to have this relationship with yourself where you're putting yourself first. You're focusing on like self-care and all these different things. Because once you start moving with the mindset of I'm a whole lot more happier, I'm a whole lot more positive, way more of those same things that you're feeling is going to be attracted into your life. So there you go, guys. Those are some like kind of like cheat codes, hacks on how to manifest your dream life. Do those things and make sure you're raising your vibration. And I guarantee you, good things are going to start coming into your life a whole lot faster. But if you guys found any value out of this video, please like and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.